Alright, what's up everybody? Back at it again for the new year. Happy 2026. It's been a while. Forgive me, I haven't really been uploading much. Just been busy and, just hard nowadays to find the motivation to drive 100 miles every time I want to work on Mr. General. And, again, just life. Life happens, bro. There's so much other stuff, going on. So, literally haven't been down here since the last video, and it was 80 degrees outside. I had to wait for a decent day to, it's a little chilly right now, but it's like 50 degrees. So, I drew the line today and said, you know what, today is going to be the day where we get Big General going. So I just unlocked the door. I didn't do nothing special. Like I said, I haven't seen anything. I literally just got here, so I unlocked the doors. I hope I didn't do all this work and the batteries are dead. I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised because let's be honest, it's been like 3 months that's been freezing cold. So let's see. All right, this is saying we got 24 volts. That's a good thing, and the fact that he's lighting up, that's a good thing. However, I will go get some starting fluid just in case. I mean, it's warm out, we shouldn't need it, but you don't know how much you got left on the battery, so I don't want to chance it in case I need it. I'd rather need it. I'd rather have it and not need it. So there we go. This is your regular 2-cycle starting fluid. Starting fluid. It's a 2-cycle. Don't use too much of it. So all right. Yeah. Okay. So we're on the way out. All right, batteries are on, obviously, and yeah, excuse the mess. There's a whole bunch of stuff under this bus, but the last bay is reserved for, like, parts and all the other good stuff to keep you off the side of the road. So coolant, oil, all that jazz. So yeah, I came back here. So as you can see, that's how you know I'm not BSing. You see the surge tank up there is empty, it's bone dry. So, and usually a lot of that is from sitting and I mean, it just happens. It evaporates. It's a old coolant system, so let's just be grateful. It can sit for 3 months and there's still oil in there. Speaking of which, I didn't even check. All right, we're good. I'm not gonna double dip and triple dip the dipsticks. We should be all right, especially to start it around. It's just unfortunate because I don't really have that much time. I want to go take this bus out. I think I will, but not right now. I'm gonna come back later on today, and as you can see, the fun part, the not so fun part about bus ownership. But yeah, I'm gonna come back later on and take this bus out because word of wise, 2-cycles do not like excessive idling. So if you want to start it up and let it run for 20 minutes, a half an hour, thinking that you're helping the motor out, you're not. Especially it's cold, it's more wear and tear. So if you're gonna start it up and do all this work, make sure you're gonna drive it. So yeah, and then you know what, it's chilly. It's gonna be chilly tonight. This will be a good test to see if I can get the well, the heat works. I want to see if it'll generate enough heat on its own to to have heat. I know that the defroster always gets warm, so that's a good thing, but it's now, like I said, guys, I use this coolant. Listen, it's probably not the best coolant to use for a 2-cycle, but at the end of the day, it's highway rated coolant. You can use green or orange. I know 2-cycles, they usually use green, but the thing is, this bus has orange in here, so that's what I've been putting in here. And quite frankly, until I do a coolant flush, that's what we're gonna roll with. So, and this stuff isn't cheap, bro. Trust me. I wish I had the green stuff in here. Trust me. I wish I had the green stuff in here. It's way cheaper. Okay, way cheaper. The green stuff I can use for my car. It's just regular old Presto. If you're on the side of the road, it's much easier to get that. And I could already tell we're not hitting the bottom, so it might not be that low. Let's see, because usually if it's low, you'll hear it. You'll hear the bloop, 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 bloop. All right, okay, nothing yet. So we're gonna send it. Yeah, with this sketchy ladder, we're gonna send it, and we're gonna just put the whole gallon in there, and because like I said, I already know that this bus, ooh, yeah, don't pour too fast. This is not even the proper funnel for this. I had the proper funnel. It's somewhere amongst the junk. I don't know where it is, and quite frankly, I'm not looking for it right now. So this works right here. We're gonna send it with the gallon, because usually minimum you're gonna need like a gallon or two when it's not in the sight glass. So, and that's from sitting, guys. That's from sitting. That's from sitting, and the change in temperature, and everything is contracting and expanding and contracting. You know, any machine doesn't like that, and neither does rubber hoses and clamps. So, you know, but I don't like firing the bus up, especially in the cold, without antifreeze in the surge tank. There's coolant in the motor, but I like it in the surge tank as well. So yeah. All right, and there we go. I mean, it's right below the sight glass. Listen, that's good enough, especially for the amount of driving we're gonna be doing. That's good enough. We're not gonna open up another thing of coolant. So, all right. So for video purposes, we're gonna try and start it from the rear. Like I said, it says 24 volts on the front. We don't truly know how many amps. Let me close this, because the cool thing about this is that it's got a bleeder. It's got a bleeder. I don't know if people know this. Don't try and open it when it's hot. Trust me, it'll burst on you. But it has like a little bleeder here. You could take the air out. You press it, and it like takes the air out. Oh, it's pretty cool. You can leave that open for now. That's fine. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. So, all right, I'm gonna turn the master on, and I'm gonna start it from the rear, because I don't know if I actually do need to use some starting fluid. Like I said, it's been so long, guys. It is so bad for buses to sit, man. And I usually never let General sit this long, bro. But like I said, guys, life, you know. 31 years old, bro. I'm not getting any younger. Life happens. I really don't have the time like I used to drive 100 miles every week to go work on this bus. So, all right, we got the master on. This should be very entertaining. The good thing is we got juice. So, that's a nice truck, man. All right, let's see. We're gonna test it and see how the cranks are. If it's slow cranking and we're gonna lose the batteries, we're gonna spray some starting fluid. So let's see how it goes. All right. Yeah, we don't want to overload them. Let's see. I'll try one more time, and then we're going with this. We're going with the starting fluid, because this oil, all of that is gelled, fuel, everything. Yeah, that's not happening, and we're losing the batteries. So All right, Mr. General, you have every right to tell me to kiss my ass because I haven't been down here, bro. So I hear you. So we're gonna do this old school. We're gonna take the air intake out and spray a little bit. And once we get at the catch, we'll just, like I said, this may not be the best way. I know there's supposed to be like a little breather cap where you could like flip the lid. And remember, this air intake did not come with this bus, so you know, it may not be you know, the most traditional method, but yeah. So we're gonna take this out a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm gonna take this out a little bit. This is not the best idea, but hey, listen, like I said, bro, gotta do what you gotta do. We're gonna, that's it. That's all we're doing for right now. Let's see. Yes, I know you are not a happy camper. You are not a happy camper, bro. Yes, I'm sorry. Buses do not like sitting. It is very bad for them. That's all she wrote. He started up. He gave me a little bit of fuss, but like, all right, as promised, I'm going on that test drive. Like I said, as you can see, this spot is tight, so you know you need to know what you're doing. But there's a price to pay for everything. If you want coverage, you know, this is what you got to deal with. All right. Where's my keys? Alright. 3 months. Alright. I don't know what's going on with this GoPro, guys. It like records and it stops. I'm trying to get like a, you know, like a point of view, you know what I'm saying, of me driving, but this thing is not cooperating. So alright, but yeah, we out here in the streets. As I said, I told you guys I was gonna take them out, so here we are. Just right. I was drive. Let's go. Nice little drive. Like I said, sometimes he goes in the fourth gear, sometimes he don't. Earlier, when I guess when the transmission was cold, he went in the fourth gear, no problem. But you know, listen, he is a man of a certain age, so I won't get too upset, you know what I mean? Look at this, man. That snatchback is everything, man. I mean, that little slip, you know what I mean? It's not the healthiest, but boy, does this sound good. I'm with the busters left. Like I said, that's the thing, guys. One thing about life, man. If you have the time, you don't have the money. If you have the money, you don't have the time. It's usually, you know, it's hard to find that thin line between the two. But, you know, like I said, I haven't driven this bus. It's been 3 months, man. I'm grateful that, you know, he starts up with no issues. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to take him for a nice little run. You know, try not to lean him too much and stuff. You gotta keep all these parts going, man. Of course, you already know this guy is not gonna stop. Because why would he? Because he sees a bus. I love how the steering wheel, you could just let it glide back. As you know, guys, this is the Weight Watchers steering wheel. Yeah. I don't know, guys. Like I said, this bus is a true work in progress. You know what I mean? I mean, this is not an overnight bus, man. This bus is gonna take years, you know, it's gonna take years to restore, you know? And like I said, not using them, stuff like that is no good. But thank goodness, I guess I spent so many years just watching the bus, taking them out, stretching them out for some, you know, I guess that's why it's not so bad, you know what I mean? But yeah, these things are not made for sitting, man. They're not. And I feel like I'm doing this bus a pretty great disservice by letting them sit, you know what I mean? This bus is too nice to be, you know, sitting and riding away. You know, I don't allow that. But yeah. It's the time, guys, you know what I mean? If you just don't have the time like that, bro, yeah, I'm going because I know this guy is not gonna stop, so we're just gonna go. Now let's do the real test. All right, we're at operating temperature now. Let's do the heat. bus is a rocket, boy. Yeah, I had a feeling he was gonna do that. And that's why you don't follow close, man. Wow, almost to a complete stop. Yeah, he's in no rush, guys. A 50-mile-an-hour street.